What's going on, fam? So, just wanted to kind of make a little quick video. Got on the internet and, of course, heard everybody was talking about Bambu Labs and them using authentication and encryption on their printers. And I've seen like 7 dang YouTubers that are involved with 3D printing talking about it and this and that. And so anyways, on their post on X, they posted, since they announced this, basically that there was some false accusations about that they're going to be blocking third-party integrations or closing off their ecosystem, which they claim is false. They also say remote forced firmware updates, remote or time printer block bricking, AMS being locked to only use RFID filament, yada yada, and then they give you a little article to go to and basically go over the things that are certainly false or entirely false, as they claim, stating that they will not remotely disable your printer, brick it, firmware updates will block your printer's ability to print, AMS functionality would be restricted, and the use of third-party filament would be disabled. Bambu Lab firmware contains Trojan or backdoors for unauthorized remote control. The printers have a time kill switch that disables them after a certain period. All 3D files printed or monitored, duplicated, or stolen. Subscription about having your printer. I wanted to kind of just touch base on this a little bit. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. God knows 15 YouTubers beat this thing to death. And, for example, I've seen people saying that they're taking your right to printers or whatever. Well, I got a Q1 Pro, Plus 4, a P1S. I had a A1 printer as well, but I sold it because I want to get another couple enclosed printers, which will be Bambu Labs. Just for the new one that's coming out. But I kind of wanted to just point something out that I think is kind of important. That third-party integration on that is not going to prevent your AMS from working. It's not going to prevent any of this. Orcheslicer will still work if Orcheslicer chooses to let it run through the Bambu Connect, which is basically a connector for third-party software to authenticate and talk with Bambu Lab servers. I mean, this isn't any conspiracy or anything. And I should state I've been in IT for over 12 years. I do this stuff every day. Some of the stuff I'm hearing is absolutely stupid. There are certain things, such as like I have this Big Tree Tech Panda Touch. That's probably not going to be able to work anymore. Yeah, that kind of sucks, but there's a reason for it. For some people, in my particular network, all my printers, they all run off of VPN. So these printers are all subnetted out, and they're all on their own VPN that I specifically connect my computer to when I'm using the printers and or the laser or anything like that. And they are totally excluded from everything else. They are given a secure connection when I require them to have a secure connection. So for me, it's kind of null and void, the whole security update, other than the fact that when I am connected to Bambu Lab servers, there are potentials that if they don't authenticate something and they allow it into their servers that then allow a connection to your printer, that literally somebody could hack your printer and they could turn on the hot end to max, which is a fire hazard. Turn on the heat bed to 100, 110, 120C. Not so much for this printer, but this one does. This thing here will run at 120C on the build plate and 370C on the hot end. But even so, do I want this thing running at 300C and I don't even know it's on, and the heat bed all the way up for God knows how long if I'm out of town? Or do I want somebody to control the XY axis and ram it as fast as they can make it go into the printer and potentially knock it over with a top heavy AMS or something? There's reasons for the security update. So yeah, I may lose the ability to use the big tree tech as far as the functionality of turning up the temperature or moving it around. And, really, it's not really that big of a deal. I usually use my handy app or my computer anyway. But I had got this long ago before, probably 13 months ago, before I knew anything about 3D printing and how this all works. But I guess the point of my video is really just to kind of calm everybody's fears, because I think it's really foolish to be running off this is really up to you. And one of the other things is you don't even have to update it. You can leave it on the current software and use everything you got, which is probably what I'll do. I don't see a need to until the time of which Bambu Connect is fully developed and fully working and such to allow Orca-Slicer time to make it work with Bambu Connect. So basically, when you're in your Orca-Slicer, and instead of doing slice and print, you just slice and send it to Bambu Connect, and then Bambu Connect will authenticate and allow it to the servers and then send it to your printer, which is a positive thing. So I'm not real sure what everyone's in this big fuss about. It's kind of just the world we live in. If you have access to people's information, or can get into somebody's network and cause damage, or somebody's home and cause damage, it can be an issue. So just wanted to pull this up. This is just a little diagram of how it works. Of course, you've got your computer here, yada yada, and your Orca-Slicer, third party. And you can follow the flow path and see how it connects. There's really no, reason for anybody that's not running, a print farm to even be, this not even be a concern. And then they also address this, in which they state, we are fully aware that a print farm management software could affect this update if not handled properly. That's why we developed and dedicated a tool specifically designed for farm management software. Before this launch, we contacted several farm management software vendors. Integration is already in process. So, and they're still collaborating with E3D, Slice Engineering. So there's really not a need for anything to worry about. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to say, just put in a little quick video. I ain't trying to make this overdrawn, but at the same time, if you don't want to do it, don't update it. It ain't no big deal. It shouldn't stop you from buying another Bambu Lab printer. If anything, it should make you feel confident in the fact that they care about your security and in your property or your workshop, and trying to protect it from a bad actor or somebody getting in there and causing damage to your hardware or your building or anything else. So that's it. Just a quick video, guys. Hope you find the information useful, and we'll see you in the next one.